5 things that are keeping you enslaved to your job and other people, keeping you in poverty. Now, stick around for the 5th one because I think it could be the most important one to actually listen to. Now, remember, as I'm talking about this stuff, I'll be checking my notes because I don't have all these memorized. These are some items that I came up with that I think are super important, that if you can overcome these things, you can be on the right track. So number 1, if you focus on the little things instead of the big things. So many times people are focused on saving the pennies and tripping over the dollars. Think of it this way. If you are wasting money on some sort of fancy car, let's say if you go out and buy a car that's worth $50,000 and have this large loan, you are wasting lots of money that you could actually be saving instead of spending out. So instead of spending $50,000 on a car and paying a loan, why not save up $7,000, $5,000, $10,000 and go buy a car outright with that cash? Now, it might not be as fancy, it might not be as new, but it'll still be a good car. There's plenty of good cars out there for $7,000 to $10,000 or even less. Number 2 item on that is vacations. So many people spend so much money on vacations. If you think how much money you could actually be putting towards something good instead of spending money on vacations, maybe think about going on a much cheaper vacation or spreading the vacations out every 2 years, every 4 years, every 3 years. Or do something close by that you're not spending as much money. You lose so much on large vacations. All right, that's number 1. Number 2 is the complete opposite, focusing on the big things instead of the little things. Now, it sounds like a complete opposite of the other thing I just said, but on the other hand, it's still important. Yes, you should focus on the big things, but the little things come next. Think of it this way. If you are spending money on coffee, going out to Starbucks or whatever, instead of making it at home, you are wasting a lot of money. Or let's say you go to the barber instead of cutting your own hair, you can save a boatload of money every single year just by doing those types of things. Getting a cheaper phone plan. We can go on and on, making your own food at home. There are many things. So think of it this way. If you could save $30 per day, actually it's less than that, it's like $27 per day. Let's just say $30 per day for the next year. You have saved up over 10 grand, just $30 per day. So can you try to figure out things where you can save another $30 per day? Can you not go out to eat that one time? Can you cut your own hair? Can you make your own food? Can you not go shopping for something that you really wanted and save that $30 that you could rather put and save towards that $10,000? If you are liking this content, please like and subscribe and tell me other things that come to mind as well beyond what I'm talking about here. All right, item number 3. Cards and loans. Now, not all loans and not all credit cards are created equal. However, so many people have 5, 10 grand in debt every single day of their life, and they're never paying it down, and they're wasting hundreds and hundreds of dollars, if not thousands of dollars, every year on credit cards. If you're living on credit, you are wasting tons of money. Now, I'm not talking about home loans. That's a asset versus a liability. Like, let's say if you have some rental properties and have debt on rental properties, that's a different story. But I'm talking about credit card debt. I'm talking about personal loans or personal lines of credit just to go out shopping or vacations. Even hospital debt is a type of debt. Now think of it this way. Is there a way that you can actually not spend so much money at the hospital? Yes, there are ways of trying to negotiate down your prices, asking for settlement amounts and asking to see an itemized list. If you do some research on how to get your hospital bill down, that will help you a lot. All right, that's number 3. Number 4 is saving money. Now, this is counterintuitive. It's like, what? We should be saving money. Isn't that what we're all talking about here? No, you should not be saving money. Why is saving money not a good thing? Let me change something here. All right. Why is saving money not a good thing? Because if you're saving money, you're losing money. Why are you losing money? Because inflation happens. Let's just say inflation is about 3% a year, which is pretty much average. Well, if you just have $100 saved in the bank for a year, you just lost $3. And we can just keep going up and up. It's not like you lost $3. It's that inflation is eating away the value of your cash. So what should you do instead? So instead of saving, why not invest? That's what I do. I'm not saying that you need to invest. I'm just saying is that that's what I do. And I'm not going to tell you where to invest in, but that's just a good thing to do is invest. What would I invest in? Well, S&P and 500, that's what I put my money in there. I put in high interest savings accounts. It's not really investing in high interest savings account, but it is making more than inflation. Now, what do you do with that $30 a day that you were saving up above? Well, guess what? You can be investing it, right? I mean, that's what I would do if I was in your shoes. Now, the very last item, which I think is the most important item in this whole list, because if you get this one item right, it helps the rest of the items, all right? You cannot consider yourself a victim. Let me repeat that. If you have a victim mentality, it will stop you. If you blame others, you cannot change yourself, and you're the biggest change you actually can have. You can go out and learn. You can go out and figure out how to do things. You can learn new skills, learn new methods, learn new ways of making life better for yourself. Now, if you're blaming your family, if you're blaming your job, if you're blaming the government, fine, but that's not going to get you anywhere. You cannot change those types of people. You can change your job. You can stop letting your family impact you negatively. The government, you can only change so much about government. Now, maybe you can move to a different state or a different country even. That's a pretty big change. But you got my point, is that you can change yourself. If the government's taxing you too much, start making more money. If the government is preventing you from starting a new business, go to a new state. If the economy in your area is really low, go pick up and move to another area. If the housing prices in your area is too high, again, go move. Get a different job. Get a remote job. There's so many things that you can do. If you like this video, please check out my other videos on this channel, and feel free to comment below and tell me other things that you're thinking about where you could actually prevent the loss of money and prevent poverty.